So the WNBA social media is embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. So yesterday they had this entire breakdown of the games yesterday. They posted this today. And the Mercury, who by the way, if the WNBA knew were smart, they would be hyping the Mercury. Because do you know how the Mercury play? Sprint up and down, get threes up, play at a breakneck speed, get shots up as quickly as possible, and try to put up at 90 a game. That's how they play. They play the way the Fever should play. If the Fever had Nate Tibbetts as their coach, they would be like, they maybe lose one. I've lost one game this year. And they just impose themselves on other teams. They just run. Lexi Held, Cole McCanny, Kitty Alexa, Catherine Westbelt, Satu Sabali, Sammy Wickham, they all just let it fly. Everyone on the list of Thompson lets it fly. However, the Mercury saw this and saw this right here. When we won the game but didn't have a single highlight in the 2:24 recap video from WNBA. So we put together some Mercury highlights from last night's game in case you watched the other video and didn't see a single one, because there isn't a single one. If you guys watch how the Mercury play, it's actually scary. Like, they literally, the way they play ball like it's 2025. And by the way, Nalissa Smith, she's trying. Like, I'm sorry, what? Where do you get trying from that? But like, you've got Musa out there getting crazy blocks. Lexi Held just out of nowhere, turning into a freaking demon. Like, her pulling up. Like, the second half, they just cooked. Like, they could have won this game by 20. They legitimately could have won this game by 20. And if you're looking at how this team plays, they're coming off handoffs, driving, Lexi Held shooting step back threes in rhythm. Undrafted rookie out there. Musa hitting jump shots like it's nothing. Lexi Held sidestep late in the shot clock, bang. Like, if you're watching how this team is playing, like, they are so smooth. This whole team are snipers. They're all snipers. Ball goes right into Natasha Mack, who finishes. They're there on the defensive end, coming around. Easy steal, aggressive defense. They're pushing the floor. Like, you're looking at Natasha Mack, who's all over the place. Her first game back from injury. Cole McCanny hits a three to make it a 15-point game. Like, a couple of possessions later, they score, make it 13 points. Alyssa Thomas finds Kitty Alexa on the curl. Switch off by Dejanay Carrington, one of the fastest triggers in the league from Kitty Alexa. In the corner for Satu, boom. It's back to 11. Lax on the wing, boom. Like, it's not even funny. Like, the way everyone's talking. And they have to give up that layup for Alyssa Thomas. Look at how they guard Geisel Soder guards Alyssa Thomas in this play. Is this the one? Look at how Geisel Soder has to guard her. They're so scared. Like, Geisel Soder is covering the pass here to Kitty Alexa. She is giving up a layup because she is so scared about the scoop around pass to Kitty Alexa. So they give up a layup. Like, that is how good this team is. That their shooters scared the bejesus out of the other team, that they give up layups. That's what the Fever used to do, by the way. Caitlin Clark used to scare the absolute bejesus out of teams. And we saw it last year. Do you remember Natasha Cloud giving up a wide open layup for Leah Boston? But she sprinted. She had to sprint Caitlin Clark off the 3-point line at 30 feet. The Fever used to scare the bejesus out of teams. And now it is not them. It is the Mercury. The Mercury, because three is greater than 2. Except we learned that last year, but Stephanie White forgot. She forgot the 3 is not greater than 2. But you've now got Kat Copper out here tagging the WNBA. Do better. And by the way, the Mercury did this all yesterday with Alyssa Thomas on a minutes restriction and Kat Copper injured. Face of the WNBA at 35-7 games her career. She needs to get more than 500,000 people watching her games. Like, you can't be the face of the WNBA if nobody cares. If Paige keeps doing what she does last night, man, that Paige versus Caitlin rivalry is going to freaking feed families. Like, that is, and by feed families, I mean my family. I mean, very specifically when I say feed families, I mean literally my family. I say family, but I don't live currently with any family members, or my future family. That's a better way to describe it. WNBA is a glorified stan account. They have their obvious favourites and teams and players they detest and post begrudgingly. Doesn't take long to figure out why when you look at their personal pages. The media and the W space are unprofessional in all sports. Mercury are one of the most exciting teams to watch. They should be all over the highlights. And I agree with that. I stand by this. It's funny nobody said this when they were ignoring the Fever. But like, let's be real, it was wrong then, it's wrong now. Like, right is right and wrong is wrong. And it was wrong a year ago. No one's quote tweeted. Surely someone's quote tweeted. Do better. Sorry, the W is on a campaign. Unfortunately, your team made the chosen one look beatable. I mean, the chosen look beatable. I mean, the Wings suck. The Wings suck. They really suck. But like, you've then got because there's nothing highlight worthy. Nobody wants to see a bunch of highlights of AT playing rugby. What game are we watching? What game are we watching? All they did, they lit up a team like no one's lit up a team other than the freaking Sky other than the Liberty against the Sky. They lit them up. They absolutely lit up the Wings. You were talking about Paige and your own fans. Like, imagine calling it the Mercury. The WNBA just has their agendas. They just have their agendas. They just have their agendas. That's all they care about. That's literally all they care about. And this was one of the more fun games to watch. And I mean this. If you're not watching the NBA Finals, which you realistically should have been watching last night, but if you want to watch a WNBA team this year, I'll talk about this right now. In terms of fun. In terms of fun watching on the season, it goes Mercury, Valkyries, Liberty, Fever with Caitlin Clark. I'll put the Dream up there. The Wings are fun because it's a train wreck. The Sky are fun because it's fun watching them get absolutely pummeled because they suck so badly. It's fun watching the other team cook them. The Sparks are fun even though they kind of suck. The Aces are not fun whatsoever to watch. The Storm can be kind of fun. The Sun are just bad. The Mystics are alright to watch. Honestly, there's a lot of alright teams to watch, and there's like 50 layers of shit, and then there's the Fever without Caitlin Clark. But like, I actually don't even put the Fever with Caitlin Clark in my top 2 favorite teams to watch this year, which is scary because they've been my favorite team to watch in basketball since the prime Steph Warriors. But yeah. Like in your team, you are spicy admin. Don't worry, WNBA is splicing together a highlight of Angel Reese miraculously not breaking a layup. I mean, if I speak, I'll get in trouble. But yeah. Like, they're out there calling out the league. The video from WNBA doesn't tell you that their agenda is nothing but basketball, nothing will. Good for you guys, stand up. And that's the thing. The Mercury, Diana Taurasi's not there. Brittany Grinder's not there. They're not there anymore. The people at the WNBA wanted to push on that team aren't there anymore. It doesn't matter that this team went from an old, slow, aging team to the most fun and exciting team in basketball. And by the way, the Phoenix Mercury last night at times went out in a lineup with 4 undrafted rookies and 1 rookie who was drafted, didn't make her team, and had never played in the league up until this year. It was 5 rookies, 4 being undrafted, and 1 who had tried to come over and never made a team. And that 5 was giving them the business, was cooking the Wings. That just shows, like, that should be a story. That should be one of the biggest stories in the WNBA, but it shows their narratives, like, they don't care about basketball. The league doesn't care about basketball. I don't know if they ever have, but they don't right now.